Test video number 1. Seriously silly hikes. I am on a yellow blaze trail. I'm sure I'll pick up a blue blaze at some point, and I will finish on the white blaze. I'm doing about a 4-mile loop just to get my legs stretched out, and it is just an exceedingly beautiful day out here in Shenandoah National Park. I'm using my new Akaso EK7000. It is attached to my pad strap. I hope it is pointing forward and not at the top of the trees and not at my chin, like when I tried to attach my cell phone to my sternum strap. That was an epic failure in my hiking endeavors. But I'll go for a few more minutes this way, and I'll be able to take a break somewhere and take a peek at what kind of footage I got, and assess from there, because this works for me. Well, the camera placement really works, so we'll just have to see where things are at here shortly. I think about 650 feet of elevation drop, and then coming on the back side of this loop, I'll have about 650 feet of elevation gain, with a slight bit of downhill at the very end, which I'm sure I will be looking forward to. But if it's 650 feet, you know, over 2 miles, that is just cruisy walking. Definitely being in cruise mode. I did not look at the concrete marker on this. I'm assuming this could be the White Oak Canyon horse trail. I believe I'll be picking up White Oak Canyon and Limberlost a little further into this hike, about the halfway point. Oh, there's a nice little creek here flowing off to my left. So there's flowing water, but I am hiking with 2 liters today, just in case I get parched. I'm parked at the Stony Man parking area, which, surprisingly, being a Friday afternoon, start of the weekend, I was happy to find a parking spot. And after the hike's over, I may run down to see if the kitchens are open at Skyland, because I did see there was vacancy for rooms at Skyland, which is run by Delaware North, I do believe. And I get no benefits from my America the Beautiful tag for those things. I do get half off of campsites, so like Lewis Mountain, Matthews Arm, Big Meadows, Loft Mountain. My price for campsites is $15 as opposed to $30, which is nice. I will stop here in a few minutes and give a look at my Onyx backcountry, which I absolutely rely on And I also have the Far Out app, and I got that essentially for the Appalachian Trail. But there was also a free download of Shenandoah National Park. So while the AT map is great to have, the actual park map for Shenandoah, which includes the Appalachian Trail, there's a lot better, I think, information on campsites, water sources, and things of that nature, which is great. I see a yellow blaze coming. I'm going to stop the video there, and then I will check back in just a little bit, maybe when I'm at an intersection of trails or something, just to see what's happening. And there's the yellow blaze. Oh, those are fresh blazes. All right, let's see. Okay, this is test number 2. I wish this thing had a signal to tell me that I turned the recording on. Okay, I am at my first intersection here. Skyland is a mile behind me. White Oak Falls is roughly a mile, 0.8 to my right. And the summit of Old Rag is 5 miles to my left. I am not doing that. So I'm going to be headed down. Basically, this is the trail to White Oak Falls, and it is a service road if you can't see. But I'm going to stay on this because this does intersect the Limberlost Trail, and they both come out in the exact same place, but I've already marked off Limberlost on my S&P 500. So I'm just going to go ahead and stay on White Oak, and this should take me up to the Skyline Drive, where I will cross. And shortly after that, I will take another right and be headed northbound on the Appalachian Trail. And I am already at my intersection, I do believe. There's a trail to my right and a trail to my left. Let me see which one I'm supposed to be on here. Oops. That is going to be White Oak Canyon to my left. So I'm going to be headed to my right, and I will leave the camera running for just a moment. And I believe there's some signage right here. I'll take a look and see what this signage says. Skyland, Syria and Nethers. I am not entirely certain what that is. Horse Trail to White Oak Falls and Big Meadows would be where I was looking at, just up back there a piece. So I'm going to continue down this way, and I should be crossing over Limberlost here rather shortly. Well, here's yet another concrete marker. Let's see what this one's all about. This one might be a marker for a spring. No, it just says mile 1.5 horse trail. So I guess this is technically the Skyland Horse Trail, which is cool. I have not been down this trail in many, many, many years. So I'm counting and considering this new trail to me. For ease of walking, this is absolutely ridiculous. This really isn't a trail, this is a service road. And the Limberlost Trail is ADA compliant. You can wheelchair around that. One thing that I hadn't considered is I'm fairly certain that any audio on this is going to involve my squeaking backpack strap where I have the camera located. I think a Bluetooth camera is going to be in the picture relatively shortly. There's a $20 model at Walmart, or I'd looked at one on Amazon that came in a 2-pack for $25 that has the receiver, 2 wireless microphones, and it comes with foam windscreens, and each one also has the fluffy gray dead cat microphone cover, which seems to be very popular. And I am still, or I am descending again. So like I said, I'm going to have 650 down, 650 up. But over the miles, it's just not going to be strenuous that I can see. Looks like there might be people nearby. I think I just heard a dog barking somewhere ahead of me, and that's probably on Limberlost. So I'm going to walk a few more yards here, and then I will shut the video down again, and I will likely turn the video back on when I get to the intersection at Appalachian Trail, just to get a little bit of white blaze walking documented. So, some big rocks around this area. I'm going to go ahead and log out, and hopefully this recorded well. Test number 3. I am on the Appalachian Trail, as evidenced by said white blaze. There's traffic directly behind me. I don't know if you can hear that, but I have this last little mild uphill stretch. I am on the grounds of Skyland, and I will very shortly lay a little downhill jaunt back to the parking lot where I'm parked. So Let's see what's up. All said and told, this is a pretty quick 4 miles. 2 hours, 15 minutes, something like that. It's gone by pretty quick. So I've been on Yellow Blaze Trail. I did not get on any blue blazes today. It was all horse trail, fire road, and Appalachian. So did not see any horses. No one was out from the stables today. I did run into the tie-dyed goat. I've been following her YouTube channel. I ran into them near the Elk Wallow Wayside. They should be done with their Shenandoah portion of the trail tomorrow. But that was really great. Too bad I didn't have the wherewithal to stop and take a picture along the way, but I did talk to her and her hiking partner for a few minutes, and that was really cool. We shared some trail beta, and that was fun. Okay, I'm getting winded, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this here, and then I will do a little follow-up and do a little bit of editing later. Peace out. Little Scooby Gang, I have a bit of a mystery. My feet, my ankles, and my knees are holding up fine, but my hip flexors and my breathing has become a little bit of a problem. It's got to be the extra weight I'm carrying right now. I'm still at 228, which is really no different than I have been for the last couple months. But this week and last weekend, I had a really hard time pulling 4 miles. But just prior to that, the last 2 hikes I did were much more strenuous, and just there was an ease to them, so I'm not really sure what's going on. At any rate, I just finished this little section of the AT, and I'm going to contemplate getting something to eat if the restaurant at Skyland is open. And I smell horrible. It's the stink of exertion and the stink of fun. I had a great time. It was a fun hike. Anyway, I'm gonna break this down in just a little bit, and hopefully I have something that I can edit. And I will catch you guys later.